What is going on, everyone? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions, and in today's video we are going to talk about the importance of risk management. I actually want to give you, in my opinion, a very good example of me trading live today with the Learn Plan Profit Group. So the Learn Plan Profit Group is a group that gets to watch me trade live every single morning. So I usually go live at market open, but on Wednesdays I go live during pre-market hours. I made a mistake of let me actually just show you. So I could explain to you exactly what it is that I did, and I will try my best to, but I want to show you exactly what I did. And regardless of how much effort, how much time, how much preparation, how much confirmation I wait for when it comes down to trading, there's always this form of risk involved. And that is why, so you guys know the importance of risk management. If you're clicking on this video, it might be because you're experiencing a red day or you did in the, in recent days. And what I want to say is, before I get into like my experience and talking a little bit more about this, I can't stress one of the biggest mistakes that 90% of people that I have spoken to, and just why I see so many people fail, is not because they don't know how to identify patterns. It's not because they don't know how to identify and wait for confirmation or discipline. Those are all very important factors, right? But one of the biggest reasons is because they do not know how to manage their risk. Why do you think that we have such a huge focus on consistency and all these people that post the profits of absolutely huge days? That's great, right? 30% days, 50% days, that is great. But can you do that on a consistent basis and manage your risk along the way? We've had so many people that work so hard that have 5 consistent green days, or have 2 weeks of consistent green days. But it only takes one bad trade that does not go according to your plan. You hold it overnight and then it ends up opening 10, 15% below what you bought it for. And I know a lot of you can relate to this because it happens. We're human and we make mistakes. But it's those that learn from those mistakes that actually will continue to grow. And in this video, what I want to talk about is, regardless of how much preparation, how much confirmation you wait for, there's always some form of risk involved when it comes down to trading. And that is why, if I were someone that is just getting started right now and learning how to trade and invest in the stock market, the number one strategy, best practice, whatever it is that you want to call it, I would not try to focus on truly understanding patterns in the very beginning. I would not try to focus on finding exact entry points and sell points when first getting started. I would become a true professional in cutting losses and managing risk. I can't stress that enough, and I know it sounds so stupid. You guys are saying, well, we're investing in this market to make money. Yes, but the only way that you can make money is if you can manage and control how much money you give back. I don't care if you made $10,000 last month. If you take one bad trade and $10,000 is 10% of your account, it only takes one bad trade to not only give back all the money you worked so hard for, but on top of that, end up going from green to red. And that is why it's so important. So what I want to talk about today is this. So what we did here was, I'm going to click show trades so you guys can see kind of the trades I took. So I think it's this button. Here we go. So let me explain to you kind of what happened here. So you can see that I entered during pre-market hours. And you might be saying, okay, well, why does this make sense? So this is during pre-market hours. It's sold off, right? So this is natural gas. It's sold off, and then it began to show signs of an uptrend. I bought it, right? This is ticker symbol UGAS. UGAS, if we look at /NG, look, I really liked its overall direction. It was showing signs of an uptrend, all this good stuff, right? Showing signs of an uptrend and all that good stuff. Great. Right? It was showing signs of higher highs, all that stuff. The direction was in its favor in between the middle and top VWAP. One of the things that I wanted to talk about was right before the market opened. So the market opened 7:30 my time. So right around here, right? One thing that I waited for was, if I'm not mistaken, was it DGAS? Let's see. Here we go. So one thing that I waited for during pre-market hours was for DGAS, it was showing signs of a downtrend pattern. I waited for the break above the EMA line. I waited to enter, right? And you guys might be asking, well, why did I wait for the break above the EMA line? So one thing that I noticed was that during pre-market hours, this was showing signs of an uptrend. And then I waited for, I like to focus on 3 indicators. I like to focus on the EMA line. So if something's trading above the EMA line, I'll most likely trade it. I waited for natural gas to trade below the EMA line. The reason why is if natural gas sells off, then that means that degas will push up, right? So that's why I waited for the confirmation, then added to my position. It sold off. Look at the RSI. Look at the MACD. Descending MACD, descending RSI. Below the EMA line. It was overbought and overextended. So it made sense to me on if this thing began to sell off, right? If this thing began to sell off, why, degas would then push up. But just like, things happen, our plans are not always going to go according to our plan. And it begins to sell off. Great, I enter my position because if this sells off, that means degas is pushing up, but then it consolidates and then fully reverses. And then not just reverses and pushes up, but makes higher highs for the day. Let me go ahead and show you this. Now, when going back to ticker symbol, degas and how this played out, just to put into perspective, it got rejected. It broke above the EMA line. I got in. Didn't go according to plan, began to sell off, and ended up dropping, right? Came back up, consolidated right around the middle view up, and then ended up cutting losses at that price point, and then ended up cutting losses at around $50. Super simple. The mistake that I made today when it came down to trading is, and this is what I want to talk about, and I kind of went into it in the very beginning, but it's the understanding that I can prepare for the most perfect trade ever. I could have my direction in my favor. I could have overall confirmation on the EMA line, right? Making higher highs, higher lows. Everything is in my favor. The RSI is indicating that it's a good deal. The MACD is in my favor. Everything. One of the biggest factors that I want to talk about is that regardless of how much you try to perfect your entries and your exits and why it is that you see value in something, I just simply want to remind you how important it is that you should always have a form of risk management, because it was the way that I cut losses on degas, and then right after I cut losses, it continued to sell off, that I was able to manage how much money I could make this week and this month. You guys saw my day yesterday. I went from, my day yesterday was $1,200. If you guys didn't see that video, feel free to check it out. It's my most, it talks about the overall market being a bear market, and then how I still was able to make $1,200. I went from being green to red back to green. But the only way that I'm able to do this is if I manage my risk. So I understand what I've been averaging. I'm doing a little bit better now because natural gas has been extremely volatile. My average daily goal is around $500 to $750. I've been able to consistently make about $1,000 a day. And I understand that if I can make $1,000 a day, I want to make sure when I manage my risk that I keep it less than $1,000. And that's extremely risky. If you're someone that's just getting started, before you take your position, you should have in mind of what your max dollar loss is and that what that correlates on over to. So let's say you get filled at a certain price point, that your stop loss or whatever it is that you want to follow with, a trailing stop loss, is set up automatically so it manages your risk at whatever dollar value that you have set up at as your max loss or your max percentage loss. And trust me, for those that begin to implement this, I could reassure you that it will probably be one of the first and single most important things that you guys do in your trading career. I can't stress that enough of how important that is when it comes down to actually trading. But for those that don't and that we just want to continue to risk it to get the biscuit and that just want to wing it right when it comes down to trading, 100% I wish you the best, and I hope that you continue to have green days. I just can't imagine anybody going into the market only thinking that they're going to make money when loss is truly inevitable in this market. So I'm trying to pull up your guys' messages just so I could answer any of them if you guys have them. I know that this is a boring video. It's nothing that's glorified or in any way super important, but I wanted to make sure that kickstarting 2019 strong. We've been doing really well. The overall market has been performing well based on the overall feedback. People had one of the most successful days ever trading this week with the huge push that you guys had. I just want to remind you how important it is that, look, you worked so hard to have that amazing opportunity to clear that 30 to 40% on that day, or 20 to 30%, whatever it is that you locked in. And I just want to make sure moving forward that we understand that consistency is one of the most important things, and that the only way that we can consistently grow our accounts is if we manage how much money that we give back. So, and that's really just it. I know, again, this could be one of the most boring videos that I have out there, or it could be one of the single most helpful videos for you if you're someone that's just getting started. So someone's asking, do I trade Forex? No, I don't trade Forex. If you guys want to follow anyone when it comes down to trading Forex, feel free to search him up on YouTube or on Instagram. His name is Q Banks. I'm completely, Q Banks is actually someone that I've seen actually trade and show his profits, and is like not an MLM. There's a bunch of people out there like iMarkets Live, and again, I don't like to subjugate other people, but people that are not actually traders that just like to get you to sign up under them, and that's how they actually make money. They actually don't know how to trade. So I would ask a lot of questions. Just make sure that you're knowledgeable, just like any other market. You guys, if you guys have watched any of my videos, one of the biggest things that we like to focus on is making sure that you have an understanding of what it is that you're investing in before you actually decide to invest your hard-earned money. And that's all we ask. Make sure that you're knowledgeable within a market and that you understand both the pros and the cons before going in blindly. Again, if you're getting super hyped up and you're just like super passionate about it, just understand that there's a lot of emotions attached to that excitement. And majority of mistakes made in the market or in just general investments are usually caused by emotions because they're irrational. Again, if you want to become that 10% that actually makes money in the market, what is it that you're going to implement this 2019 to set you apart? That's the question to ask yourself. And then once you come up with that, answer, then make sure that you begin to implement it. So I want to thank you guys again so much for your time. I'll keep you guys up to date with my overall profits. I was down $50, then I made $220 on ticker symbol UGAS, and then I lost I think $13. So right now I'm down a little bit under $100. Again, it's very early in the market. The market opened about 2 hours ago, and we have nothing but time. So yesterday I went from being down $250 to up over $1,200 on the day, and I finished trading and I stopped trading about 2 to 3 hours before the market close. Today, me and the guys are filming a 10,000 calorie challenge. So I just ate like a bunch of McDonald's and I feel really sick. But we're just trying to have fun with what it is that we're doing and doing what it is that we love every single day, and that's investing. So I wish you guys the best. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope I can empower you to be the best you can be. And if you guys would like to stay connected, I do want to remind you, we do run the largest YouTube channel and the largest private Facebook group for those who invest in the stock market. The first link in the description is to join our free Facebook group with over 184,000 members. And if you want to be able to watch me trade live every single day, then be sure to click that second link in the description. All right, let's see if we have any questions here. In which platform do you trade? So I use the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. There we go. No questions. What's going on, Philip? Hope you're having an amazing day. All right. So we have a comment saying, so his trading strategy will be crap soon. LOL. Okay, I don't know what that comment means, but I'm still making more money than you are. So, all right, guys, thank you guys again so much for your time. Continue working hard, continue following your dreams. Let your passion be what drives your success. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy.